Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We are looking at ticker symbol LTRX, Lantronix. Okay, I've definitely pronounced that wrong, but we're looking at ticker symbol LTRX. It is a suggestion from one of our members. If you do have any suggestions and you're a member, join me every Sunday to give you my thoughts. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice. It is for educational purposes only. We're looking at horizontal and resistance points to begin with. I've identified a few, such as the lows of 2002, which acted as support in 2008 and 2020. So every major crash, the 2008 crash, the dot-com crash, and the COVID crash, this was the area it came down to, so it's very important. We've got the all-time lows at around 70 cents. We've got upwards resistance sat around 6.45. We've got further horizontal resistance at $10, and above that we've got resistance at $14 and also at $17. We've got a downwards trend currently, which I've connected the dots basically on the downward sloping trend line, and on an upwards trend we do have a upwards trend with higher lows. We've got the all-time lows, higher lows of 2020, higher lows of 2024 back in April, where we bottomed out around $3.10. They have just won an Invention of the Year reward, so this is apparently a stock to be keeping an eye on. We are currently on the weekly time frame, so we can always, while we're here, do a Fibonacci retracement, which is a great tool. You can search up all about Fibonacci on YouTube and you can understand why these numbers are important. The 23.6% has lined up exactly with the support / resistance at 475, so we know that is going to be a key area. It's always great to see the Fibonacci levels line up with horizontal support, because that gives me more clarification that this is an area of contestants, basically a resistance or support line. We've got areas which are close to my next level at 675. We've got the 50% retrace, which is worth taking note of at around $9. We've got the 786, which is also perfectly lining up with our next support resistance level at around $13.75, so we can always adjust that a little bit down. And then we've got our sort of long-term targets if this company continues to do well at levels of $27. So that's our Fibonacci, that's our long-term perspective. So now we can move on to the shorter term price action. We'll start moving over, just taking note while we're on the weekly time frame that the RSI and the MACD aren't giving us any indication of overboughtness or any overselling going on. So we can move on to shorter time frames. We can move on to the 3-day. As you can see, currently the trend we're in is an uptrend, because we've got higher lows. You've got the lows of 2016, then the COVID lows, and then the lows of last April. These are higher lows. More market participants are involved in the stock. More people are buying it. Less people are willing to sell. But at the same time, we do have lower highs. So people are taking profits at lower prices than before. So that's something else we need to keep an eye on. We look at today's price, which is at $3.59. We can move over to the daily time frame. Again, the 3-day on the indicators isn't giving us much. On the daily time frame, we're also not getting too much data. What I would say is there is a potential buy zone. Again, charting wise, not recommending anyone buys the stock. Is around areas of $3.10. So that's my first buy zone, around $3.10, $3.20. My next sell zone is at $4.75. So if I was personally holding this stock, I would have a limit order to buy at just above $3, and I have a limit order to sell just around the $4.50 mark if I wanted to continue my position, take some profits, or add to my position. I would have limit orders set up potentially if it comes all the way down to 150. I want to have money on the side in case there is a crash. I'd like to buy this at the best price possible. Obviously very unlikely, but if a crash was going to occur, I would like to have some money to buy over there. Looking at other levels, for example, if this stock trends down, something goes down to $3.10, it can bounce up very quickly and go to the $4.75. If it wants to continue the uptrend, what it would do, it was pass 475, come back for a retest, turn this resistance into support, and then we'll see ourselves move to the next level of resistance, which is $6.75. And then looking at a more long-term view of the stock, maybe over more months/years, what we'll be looking for to break out of this midterm downtrend ever since 2021. To break out of this, we would be looking to break $6.45, test this downward sloping resistance, retest $6.40, turn into support, and then gradually move up. And once we break the highs of 2021, that is when we'll quickly accelerate up to $14, and we can even start looking at targets such as $17. So those are all my targets there. If you do enjoy this stock, let me know. Unfortunately, the levels we're at right now, there's no trade available, just those short-term buy and sell levels at 310 and 475. If you do enjoy the stock, let me know. There'll be other videos over here and over here for you to take a look at. We are live every Sunday and we do all your requests live in the show. So join us every Sunday. Join us during the week where Martyn, the owner of this channel, will also do fundamental reviews for you. And he's live every opening and closing bell trading days. So I look forward to seeing you commenting down below and in the next video. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.